What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports, and this is a tough loss by the Philadelphia Phillies in the final game of this three-game set against the New York Mets. They lose by a score of 3-2. The offense today, besides Bryce Harper, really non-existent. Just batters struggle to get hits with runners in scoring position. JT Realmuto, I am talking to you. Bases loaded situation in the top of the 7th inning. Really could have been a big chance to blow this game open. And since you don't do that, the Mets responded very early in that bottom of the 7th inning with a Jeff McNeil go-ahead home run. Bryce Harper can't do everything. His hit streak ends today, but he still manages to score a run and get an RBI without getting a hit. That's just how good Bryce Harper is. But the rest of the team, this lineup, I don't even know what to say. I'm stuttering all over the place. This game just really frustrated me. It did. Because just all the chances that you had to possibly get some runs on the board, you just couldn't do it. It was all Bryce Harper. Both runs were manufactured by Bryce Harper. The first one on the JT double was manufactured by Bryce Harper hustling on the lazy defense by the New York Mets. And then the second run was a sac fly by Bryce Harper. 2 runs manufactured by Bryce Harper. You had other chances to score in this ball game. Bases loaded, JT Realmuto in the 7th inning. Can't get anything going. And JT also had another chance with a runner in scoring position after Bryce Harper got the sac fly, and he struck out. The bases loaded in the 7th inning. 1-0, and he swings at a pitch outside, on the outside lower part corner of the plate, and he tries to pull the ball into a ground out. See, that's what I don't understand. One, why are you swinging at that pitch in the first place so early in the count? It's an important part of the game. You should be taking some pitches. Let him throw a pitch that you can actually hit. 2, if you're going to swing at that pitch, why are you trying to pull the ball? Use the entire field. And the third thing, why the hell are you not patient? Why are you in such a rush to try to get the ball in play? Let him throw some pitches. That was my biggest issue. And for Kyle Gibson on the mound today, I don't think he was bad. I think he was pretty solid. Yeah, he threw the one mistake to Dom Smith and to Jeff McNeil. But it's not his fault that the offense barely scored anything for him. They gave him 2 runs. He still put this team in a position to win this ballgame. And I know people are going to complain, oh, why did Joe Girardi elect to bring Kyle Gibson out in the 7th inning? People would have complained if he was taken out with 80 pitches in this ballgame. They would have complained to Joe Girardi, why would he be taken out so early? Kyle Gibson was solid tonight. This game is not on him. Yeah, did he have some mistakes along the way? Of course, what pitcher is not going to have mistakes? He only allowed 3 runs, and he ate some innings for you. And the bullpen tonight was also pretty solid with Cam Bedrosian coming out of the bullpen. Your offense was the biggest issue today against Rich Hill, a 41-year-old. And yes, I can understand when you go from Rich Hill, guy that averages 89 on his fastball and has a curveball slider that can average around 69 to 71. I can understand the timing issues when you go from that, and then when you go to guys in the bullpen that can gas 95, 97. I can understand that little bit of an adjustment. But you should be able to hit Rich Hill. He was leaving a lot of pitches hanging over the plate, and guys were fouling him off. They were just missing it, grounding out, striking out. I don't know why this makes me so mad. It just does, because you had so many chances to win this game. You had so many chances to drive in runs. You get the first run of the game, first inning, Bryce Harper hustling on the JT double. You get the Bryce Harper sac fly, but then you let them crawl back into the game after you score that second run. 2 leadoff hits for the Mets, and it turns into 2 RBIs for Dominic Smith. Once again, Phillies struggle with 2 strikes for some reason, retiring people out. I don't know why that is so difficult for this team. But still, I'm not going to fully blame Kyle Gibson for this loss. Yeah, did he have a hand in it? Yes. But it's not fully his fault. The offense did not help this guy whatsoever. They just didn't. And that 7th inning is still going to be the major issue of this ballgame. Not being able to score with the bases loaded. And then you go to that top of the 9th inning. Odubel Herrera not taking a advantage of Thomas Nito dropping the foul ball, an easily catchable ball, and then he pops up on the next couple of pitches. And even on that foul ball that he popped up, it was right down the middle of the plate. How the hell are you popping that up? Freddie Galvis takes one for the team. He goes right off of his knee, decides to stay in the ball game at first base. Gene Segura battled in his at-bat. He ended up striking out. And Bryce Harper, man, if he just got under it. He just got under it. To the opposite field. Went to around to the warning track area, around the gap. It just died. He got under it. I'm not sure if it was under it or off the end of the bat. He just didn't get enough of it. But still, Bryce Harper cannot do everything. He just can't. For as amazing as Bryce Harper is, he can't do everything on the mound. Not on the mound, what the hell? Honestly, I'm saying Bryce Harper could probably pitch at this point. What the hell am I saying? He still can't do everything. Basically, that is the entire summary of what I am trying to say. The offense needs to give more. And yeah, this lineup is definitely not the best. It definitely isn't. When you have guys that are in there constantly, like Ronald Torreyes, Andrew Goddamn Knapp. When you have guys like Freddie Galvis in there too, even though he did have 2 hits in this ball game. Andrew McCutchen, even though he's supposed to be way better against lefties this year, went 0 for 4 in this ball game. Didn't really help Andrew, and not Andrew. I was going to say Andrew McCutchen again, or Andrew Knapp. Brad Miller came into the ball game halfway through. He went 0 for 2. Just offense needs to be better. Your hits were manufactured by 2 of them by Freddie Galvis, 2 of them by Gene Segura. Bryce Harper didn't have a hit, but he had 1 RBI in this ballgame and 2 walks. J.H. Realmuto also had the other hit in the RBI, but he had way many more chances to score some more runs in that 5th inning after Bryce Harper got the sac fly. He had a runner on third base, and the bases loaded situation in the top of the 7th inning. And Ronald Torreyes, he got the other hit, and Matt Vierling got 2 hits in this ballgame as well. So you had your chances. You definitely did. Runners in scoring position, the Phillies were 0 for 3. And they left 10 runners on base. And for the pitching, Kyle Gibson, he goes 6 2/3, allows 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, and the home run allowed to Jeff McNeil. I still say that's pretty solid out of Kyle Gibson. He put this team in a position to win. He made 1 mistake. And that's going to happen when you have a pitcher like Kyle Gibson on the mound. He's going to make a mistake. That's just his type of pitcher. But the one thing that he consistently does for this team, he does eat some innings. He does go at least 5 or 6 every outing. So there's something there. He almost went 7 in this ball game, but he got the pitch count up there, and he got taken out with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Then Cam Bedrosian came in, went inning in the 3rd, while only had 2 walks, but he managed to get the job done. Pitching did their job today. The offense did not do anything whatsoever, and that's mainly what bothers me in this ball game. It does. But I'm not really, even though I've been harping on it the entire time, you still won the series. You still won these 2 out of 3 games, even though the Braves did win today. So you lost, the Braves won. So yesterday or last night, you were a game behind them. Now you're 2 games behind them. But going into the series, you were at least 3.5 games behind the Braves. You gained a game on them. So I call that a success in my books. Yeah, a game and a half could be better. But you're still 2 games behind them with 2 weeks to play, 2.5 weeks to play. There's still plenty of time for you to find a way to get into that first place spot. And the Braves, they're going to have a little bit of a tough schedule coming up, especially with the Mets as well. I think the Mets are playing the Boston Red Sox coming up. And then the Braves have a series later this week, I think, against the San Diego Padres. It's like weird because one of them is a doubleheader, but the first game is like a condensed game that was postponed from earlier in the season, and it's going to start, I think, around like the 8th or the 9th inning or something like that. It's very, very weird. And honestly, I want to check that schedule too for the Braves just so I can see what other games they have coming up. Yeah, they have a couple of games this week against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then they're going to be playing the San Diego Padres. So yeah, this 4-game set for the Braves might be a little rough for the Phillies. So the Phillies and the Braves, they both have easier competition this week. Phillies play the Orioles and the Pirates this week, while the Braves play the Diamondbacks. But I wouldn't say the Padres would be an easy out. Even though that team has been struggling, I would still say they're around equally matchable to the Braves right now. Even though the Braves, I would say, are the better team, but in terms of like competitiveness, it's probably going to be a more tougher series than playing a team like the Diamondbacks, if you know what I mean. And then for a team like the New York Mets, I feel like their schedule is more tougher than the Phillies and the Braves coming up. So if I look at their schedule coming up this week, yes, they have a 2-game set against the Boston Red Sox, and then this weekend they're going to be playing the Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah, that is a tough schedule coming up for the New York Mets. So that is very tough indeed. So looking at the standings right now, yes, the Phillies are 2 games behind the Atlanta Braves. They are now 76 and 73. The Braves, with their win today over the Giants, they are 77 and 70. And with the Mets winning tonight, they are 73 and 77, 5.5 games out of first place. Looking at the wild card real quickly, the Padres, they lost once again to the St. Louis Cardinals. So the Cardinals are now 3 games ahead in that second wild card spot. Cincinnati Reds, they're the first team back. They're 3 games out, and the Phillies are the second team back. Well, the other team behind the Reds. They are 3.5 games behind the St. Louis Cardinals for that second wildcard spot. So if you're looking at terms of the right path for the Phillies to make the postseason this year, it's the division. I'd see there's way too much competition with this team for the wild card. You have the Padres, you have the Reds, you have the Cardinals. That's way too much competition. Your way to get into the postseason this year, you have to win the division. That's the only way I can see that happening. Unless there's like some major collapse in the Cardinals, in the Reds, in the Padres, even though the Padres are going through a collapse for their own. They just continue with that collapse. They just need to find a way. Find a way to make the playoffs. And that most likely only way is through the division. Because looking at the rest of the schedule coming up, like I said, you're playing the Orioles 3 times this week, Monday to Wednesday. Then you're going to have a 4-game weekend set with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And if you're looking at the pitching matchups for this Baltimore Orioles series, you're going to have Ranger Suarez on the mound for Monday's game. You're most likely going to have a bullpen game for Tuesday because you know the Phillies love to throw those bullpen games in there. And then Wednesday, you're going to be having Zach Wheeler. And then if I just go through the rest of the rotation like normal, so Wednesday you'll have Zach Wheeler, Thursday you'll have Aaron Nola, Friday you'll have Kyle Gibson, Saturday you'll have Ranger Suarez, and then Sunday you'll have the bullpen game. And then most likely for the Atlanta Braves series, it's going to be the same pitching like it was for the series against the Mets. It's going to be Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, and Kyle Gibson for that series next week in Atlanta. But then when you play the Miami Marlins, it sounds like it's going to be Ranger Suarez and a bullpen game for the first 2 games of that series, and Zach Wheeler to finish off the season for the Phillies against the Marlins. Ooh, I do not like the sound of bullpen game in the final series of the season, because knowing this team, it's going to come down to the Miami Marlins and this team trying to make the playoffs. And you know how frustrating that is going to be. My goodness. But that's still looking a little too far into the future. We are in the here and now. You have a series coming up against the Baltimore Orioles, who are 47 and 102. Please beat them. Please. 2 out of 3 games, in my opinion, is unacceptable. This is a team you have to goddamn sweep. Sweep is mandatory against this Baltimore Orioles team. I don't care if you're throwing a bullpen game out there. I don't care if you're throwing Joe from down the corner out there. You have to win this game. It is mandatory. Well, not this game. You have to win. Sweep the series. Sweep the series is mandatory. And I won't take anything less. So, I'm going to digress off that point and end the video right here. So, what are your thoughts on this game, everyone? Did it frustrate you? What are your thoughts on Kyle Gibson's performance? The offense performance besides Bryce Harper? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comment section down below. And also going into this week with the 2 bad teams in the baseball, is a sweep mandatory of the Baltimore Orioles, or are you fine with winning the series 2 out of 3? And the same thing for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Is 3 out of 4 acceptable, or do you demand a sweep out of the Pittsburgh Pirates too? I want to hear all your thoughts down in the comment section below, so don't forget to leave those down there. Do not forget to drop a like on this video. And also, don't forget to check out the Painted Lions, which I'm a part of. Their links are down in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out the links to Broads Media, the Flyer Up Pod merch website, and also for Flyers Nitty Gritty. All that good stuff is down in the description below. And the most important thing you can do is hit that subscribe button. I will greatly appreciate that. And I will see you next time.